For the longest time, Instagram was a place to be for a designer, animator, or photographer. It makes sense, right? It's a visual platform for creative people. But now more and more designers and animators are moving over to LinkedIn as their social media platform of choice. So why are more and more designers moving over to LinkedIn? Well, the first reason is because you get a lot more reach on your posts. So let's have a look at one of our examples. So let's do a comparison from some of my recent posts from my Motion Hatch Instagram versus my personal LinkedIn. So as you can see, this post on LinkedIn has 7,000 impressions. And on LinkedIn, I only have about 5,300 followers. So not an awful lot over there. Whereas on Instagram, we have 38,000 followers. And a lot of those we gained a long time ago. We didn't really gain many followers recently, unfortunately. And I think this is because of changes that Instagram has been making to their algorithm. So if we check out our latest content on Instagram, you can see the best performing post has 18,000 account impressions, which is pretty good. But you can see on some of the other posts, we're not really reaching many accounts at all, as opposed to LinkedIn, where I'm reaching 7,000 to 8,000 accounts, even though I only have 5,000 followers. So you can see that even if you haven't got as many followers as me on LinkedIn, you're still going to be getting good reach compared to what you would get on Instagram. The second reason that designers are moving over to LinkedIn is community. Because people are seeing your posts over there, you're more likely to be able to start conversations with them. Starting conversations and building your network around you is probably one of the best things that you can do for your career. So a bit later in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to start conversations on LinkedIn so that you can get more engagement and ultimately get more clients. But first, let's get over to the third reason why designers are moving over to LinkedIn, and that is because your clients are there. Not only are your clients there, but it's also really easy to find them. Yes, your clients might also be on Instagram too, but they're more likely sharing their family photos, and they probably don't want you to engage on those, whereas on LinkedIn, they're actually wanting to talk about work and engage with the wider industry. So that's why it's a perfect place to connect with your clients. So I want to show you some tips that can help you get clients on LinkedIn, but first I want to show you some actual results that people are getting on LinkedIn. So I want to go through some different posts on LinkedIn that I think have done really well. Thank you for everybody who submitted to be featured in this video. There's loads of different type of post examples and lots of inspiration as well. So let's kick off with Austin Bowens. He is providing some great value over on LinkedIn and also on YouTube as well. What I really like about his posts is that he does a really great job of taking the things that he does on YouTube and repurposing them for the LinkedIn platform. So if you already have a main platform that you put your posts on or your content, then this could be a good strategy for you. I've seen on LinkedIn that actually videos don't do as well as other types of posts, but it seems like Austin is getting some good results, as we can see here. And you will see during some of these examples that providing value and helping other people in the motion design industry is really what's standing out on LinkedIn right now and is really what's doing well. So next I want to show you a post from Mark Lawrence. Now he is one of our old students and he's been doing a great job on LinkedIn for a number of years since I started coaching him. So what he does really well on LinkedIn is he is really himself, and you can see by his posts that he puts a lot of his personality and things like that into the post, which I think is really, really nice and really cool. So he actually responded to my post and he put a nice little breakdown here of saying that he gets 30% of his direct client work from LinkedIn, which is really awesome, and reaching out and making genuine connections. And also by warming up his prospects on LinkedIn and not just reaching out via a cold email, which is what we teach in our course Client Quest, he's been able to make 20% of his revenue last year from warm outreach. And he also mentioned that persistence is also important, and he got 50% of his revenue last year from agencies and brands that he never thought he'd be able to work with. So I'm really proud of Mark, and he's doing a smashing job over on LinkedIn. So I definitely recommend checking out his stuff. So the next person I want to highlight is also an old student of ours. She said that she's managed to grow her LinkedIn network to over 1,000 people, up from 400. So that's a really great result. And what I really liked about this post was the fact that it was more of a personal kind of exploration and things like that. And I think lots of people feel like LinkedIn is maybe a little bit too professional and you can't be creative and you can't be personal over there. But I think that these types of posts are really showing you that you can do that and people appreciate it. So Rachel is getting a lot more followers, a lot more engagement, and she's starting conversations with others, which is really great. And you can see that this has been helpful and inspired other motion designers as well. I wanted to show you this post from Joanne Davies too, because I think this was a really nice example of asking your audience or your followers to help you to make a decision. And people love to get involved and they love to help you with your creative work. If you would like more inspiration for what to post on LinkedIn than I'm showing you here today, then you should download our social media guide. I'll leave the link below this video in the description. In that, you'll find 52 posts of inspiration that you can use to create a year's worth of content for LinkedIn. So someone who's been absolutely smashing it on LinkedIn recently is Bowden. So he started LinkedIn exactly around 3 months ago, as we can see on this post, and he's had 100,000 impressions over the last 60 days. So you can see what he's doing is he's creating a document type post in a carousel slideshow. And this is actually a really, really great way to get more engagement and more comments on your LinkedIn posts, because these document posts for some reason are doing really well right now. So doing things like this and teaching others is a really great way to stand out on LinkedIn. And I love what Bowden is doing. He also just recently posted about his reel and it did absolutely fantastically. And I think the main reason why this is because before he posted this, he was engaging with other motion designers on LinkedIn, providing so much value to them that by the time he was ready to post his show reel, once he did that, everyone wanted to come out and celebrate with him and support him. So that meant that everyone wanted to put a comment and a like and help him to boost his work out there, because he's obviously helped all of these people too by providing so much value over here for a lot of months. So it's not always about just going out there and just posting your work. You also need to post different types of posts that provide value to others. So Michael Zappo is also a creative director and studio owner. He started to take LinkedIn more seriously when some of his impressions were hitting up between 30 and 60K. So this is a really great example of a behind the scenes post. I really like this because I think it's very simple, but you can see it got a lot of likes. And I think if you wanted to get more comments on this, what I would say is asking the audience a question, maybe something about how do they rig their character faces or something like that. And then that would have led to a lot more comments on this post, which would have pushed it out to a wider audience as well. So you've seen so far that a lot of people are posting behind the scenes, a lot of people are posting helpful content and a little bit about their work. But another thing that you can do is post some results from your client. If you can do this, I think this is an incredible way of attracting new clients and also giving some value to the motion design industry. So Shay is a master at LinkedIn, and I think this post proves that she is great at helping other motion designers, but also awesome at helping her clients. Now, I really recommend that more people try to do these types of case studies. For you, maybe you don't have these exact numbers, but when you're sharing case studies, you should always try to get some results and some numbers, especially if you want to get more direct clients. So we'll leave the link to our case study workshop that we did here on YouTube in the description below if you want to find out more about how to make really effective case studies to help you to get clients. Someone else who is teaching motion designers and absolutely smashing it on LinkedIn is Nick. Now, he gives out some really great freelance advice as well, so you should definitely go and check out some of his posts. But he has been doing really well on LinkedIn recently, and you can see from the posts that we put out, he kindly shared some of his results in there, and he has got 52,000 impressions over the past 14 days, which is pretty incredible. So looking at all these posts and all these motion designers who are doing different types of posts really shows that LinkedIn is providing results in terms of growing their business and also helping them to get clients. So now that you've seen what LinkedIn can do for others, I want to show you some of the features and give you some tips about how you can use LinkedIn to get more clients. So the first feature I want to show you, it's probably the most obvious, but also the most important and the most useful feature on LinkedIn. And that is the search bar. So you can go in the search bar, you can search for creative directors, producers, other motion designers. You can go and filter them by your location as well, which I think is really, really valuable because that means that you already have something in common with them. So when you reach out to another motion designer in your area, it seems like a more natural way of building relationships. So I think this is an absolutely fantastic feature of LinkedIn, and it makes it really, really easy for you to grow your network and to find clients. The next thing I want to talk about is something that you can enable if you turn on creator mode. So if you have creator mode turned on, you can actually put a link to your website or to whatever call to action you want in the top of your profile. And this really helps you to get your potential clients to your website. So you could put here a link to your website, or potentially you could also put a link to book a call with you. So I really recommend turning on creator mode because it makes it easier for people to follow you. And it also makes them easier for them to reach out and connect with you. I also recommend that you do put your email and your website in your about section as well. So don't forget to do that, even if you have creator mode on and you have your link turned on at the top of your profile. The next thing that I want to point out that I think is a really great feature of LinkedIn is that if you comment on someone else's post, so you can see here I commented on Josh's post, then that will also show up in my feed and it will say Hayley Aikens commented on this. This is great because that means that every time someone comments on your post is going to show up on their feed and vice versa. So this makes it really great because you're going to get your post pushed out to more people, and then you get more comments and more engagement, and you can grow your network faster and you can get more clients. And this is also going to help you to stay top of mind with your clients as well if you connect with them over on LinkedIn. What I would do to help your posts get even more engagement and more comments to help you to build your network is comment on other people's comments on your post, because actually on LinkedIn, each comment, even if it's a reply to another comment, counts as a comment which posts it out to more people in your network so that more people see it and more people comment. So LinkedIn's algorithm is doing a really great job of this at the moment. And to help you get even more comments, I recommend that you post a question at the end. This also helps you to start more conversations with people in your network and to build more longer lasting relationships. So let me know if you're going to head over to LinkedIn and start posting and commenting on other people's posts after watching this video. Another feature that I think is really underrated on LinkedIn is the recommendations feature, because this is how you build trust and you build social proof. I really recommend getting recommendations from people on your LinkedIn profile, but what the best thing to do is email your client before you request a recommendation so that they know that you're going to do that, but also so you can ask for permission to share it as a testimonial on your website as well. And this way you're getting a testimonial and you're getting a LinkedIn recommendation. So it's definitely something that I want to dig into more. You can see here I don't have an awful lot right now, but I am really excited to get more recommendations on my profile as well. And I recommend you do that too. Now that I've shown you why you need to be on LinkedIn as a designer, you should watch this video next, where I teach my video editor everything that I know about LinkedIn in just 11 minutes.